Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Let's Chat Live, a show where we do weekly live interviews with different podcasts and artists and creatives. And it allows us to bring the voices behind the shows and the craft to you. I am part of your host, Bree, producer of Let's Chat. And today we have everyone's favorite, John from the Dumbfound Dead. But it's not just the Dumbfound Dead, is it, John? Tell us more.
No, I have the Dumbfound Dead is officially deceased, but I have a new show coming up August 2nd. Read it on Wiki. Be excited. It's going to be fun.
Oh my gosh, the day after my birthday. Thank you.
Fun. Oh,
Thanks
well,
for
actually,
coming out.
it's not about me today, like I always try to make it out to be. But today, we have the opportunity to sit down with Eric, Brady, and Todd from the Play It By Ear podcast, where each week you can join these 40s-something friends as they discuss interests, life experiences, and growing up and living in today's world.
Sounds dangerous.
That sounds very dangerous.
Lots of stories, you know.
I bet.
Right? We're in our 30s, and I'm sure we
gonna
have lots of stories.
We're gonna pry it out tonight.
Bring it on. Here is Brady, Todd, and Eric.
Hello.
Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh, should we do like say your name and one fun fact about yourself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right, Brady, you go first. You're the most excited.
Oh,
Brady?
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
get.
What's your name, Brady?
He's always the
My
most excited.
name. My name. My name is Brady, and an exciting fact about myself. I guess my day job is a teacher, and I have a golden retriever beside of me having a panic attack nearly. So, other than that, that is my exciting fact.
That poor dog. Thank you for teaching. That takes a lot of patience,
That does.
right?
A little bit.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. Todd.
What grade do you teach, Brady?
I teach 5th grade social studies.
Aww.
Yeah,
Fun.
So it is. It is. It really can be most of the time, like any job.
Yeah.
You know, from being a lawyer to handling live crazy critters, it's all the same. So yeah, it blends together. So yeah, teaching, it's
Exactly.
lots of fun.
Good. Todd, what's a fun fact about yourself?
All right. Well, actually, my name is Todd, and I'm a teacher as well.
Wow.
Teacher / musician. So I've only been teaching about 8 years, been playing in bands for about 23, 24 years. I teach 4th grade reading and social studies.
Wow. I can see the long neck guitar behind you, I think.
Yeah, I get-
Oh, my glasses on.
There's a bass, a couple guitars back there. Yeah.
Nice. What kind of music do you play?
Covers 70s and 80s rock.
What?
Nice.
Been playing covers now for about 15 years. For about 8 years, tried the original writing music, trying to do little mini tours and trying to get a record label, and that didn't work. So I did what every musician ends up doing, playing in a cover band. So
You know, you get to play your music, and
That's
that's
right.
what counts.
that's right.
Yeah.
Eric, tell us something fun about yourself.
My fun fact is I'm still 40-something and not all of us are.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
He is.
But I should have been the
man.
one to throw it
Why?
Because you can
I am
lift it.
because I am much younger.
Much.
They're throwing it, so obviously I'm on the receiving end of it. So
Oh, man. That's harsh.
You must have gotten an old description of the show because I even took the 40-something out.
are you serious?
No, you didn't.
Brady just found out a fun fact.
There's a fun back, kid.
There's a
Yeah.
fun fact. I changed it, and it's down to 2. Oh, my God.
We're all about accuracy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Eric is in education as well.
What?
But he's
Is that how you
extra.
guys all met?
No.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
all went-
Brady's voice went out.
Yeah, I'm like, there's
Tell
gotta be a
us.
story behind the. Oh no.
What did Eric do?
Nothing.
We immediately went to what did I do?
That's right.
How'd that happen?
Well,
Eric spilled the
because
beans right away, so we gotta know from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And alphabetically, you come first. So there.
Eric with an A.
Switching.
I was going to try. I was going to try not the last name, but that doesn't work either. So I guess I do come first. So Brady and I have been friends basically since before we entered school. 4 years old. 4 years old.
Aw.
Todd was a little later. Todd and I are almost kind of related. I don't know.
A couple times.
Okay, yeah, a couple different. That's the way it is living out in rural America. You know, you get almost related to people several different times. I don't know if I have a family tree. I think I have a family wreath sometimes. It just people are kind of there.
Everyone's connected.
Not that.
Yeah, no, not that way. Yeah, but Todd kind of, again, we're almost kind of related, so we kind of met through family connections and things, and actually was coaching him kind of in basketball when he was younger. And of course, again, like he said, I'm much older, in his words,
Aww.
which is not entirely accurate, but
Rude, Todd.
Yeah, boo Todd.
Todd is an old soul. So
I became friends with all these guys. Most of my friends are around 7 years older than me, like the group of friends, so they kind of half raised me throughout school, for better or worse. And
Yeah, I was like, is that good or is that bad?
mostly worse.
Mostly better or mostly worse?
It was really good. It got it kind of shaped a lot of my taste in music, and also in humor. And I was probably one of the only teenagers watching So I Married an Axe Murderer and actually laughing about it and getting it. That's a movie that sometimes people don't really think is funny, but our sense of humor, we crack up at it. And and Mystery Science Theater, that kind of thing. So they got me into all of that. And I wasn't a nerd until I met these guys. And then
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ruined it.
yeah.
I understand
And I mean
that.
that's a term of endearment. I mean that in a positive way.
Yeah, okay. Got you, Todd. I saw the wink.
We love you, you serial killer. It's a term of endearment.
Blink twice if you were told to say that.
I've had some eye issues lately, so I actually can't even see you guys right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
He did not have pink eye. Yeah. He had fuchsia on LSD eye. That was the worst, and I'm not exaggerating. That was the worst case of pink eye I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And even though we joke about it, I was like, "Holy crap!"
Joke about it now, but at the time,
well, I still have it. I found out today. I still have it. I have some time to go. It has to kind of without getting too much into it. It's a viral type, so it has to kind of run its course. Antibodies, you don't really, it doesn't really do anything with it being viral. So, but my wife had it the worst, and she is now back to almost 100%. So I should be back soon. But I don't have my glasses on, and I don't have my contacts on. So literally, you guys are blurry right now.
sweet.
Everyone, I had to put this up here to see your names.
At least it's a good way to
Rico.
deter people. Just be like, hey, don't get near me. I have laser eyes. Like it's
Exactly.
not-
Yeah.
Laser eyes. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
It does. I want
But it's
laser
not.
eyes.
That sounds much cooler than pink eye. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like that, yeah. It's like they don't need to know that.
it mutate.
Yeah.
I have red velvet eyes.
Man, that just makes you want cake.
It does me too. Yeah.
Usually, what gives you the red eyes makes you want cake.
Yeah.
But
So the question is, how did you guys come up with the name of your podcast? Let's play it by ear.
Eric,
That was you, Eric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're getting sold out a lot, Eric. What's going on? Is it because you're the oldest, or?
No, I'm
Why
not
is
the
it-
oldest. We already established that. I'm
Brady's
not
the
the
oldest,
oldest.
Oh my god.
But Brady is 50. Let's just get it out of the bag right
Yeah.
now. Brady's 50.
I just turned 50.
He just turned 50.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank
He's a
you.
very
You
youthful
do
50.
No, I don't think. I don't want you to think I'm mad. Did I come too strong with that? I'm sorry.
Why are you
Go,
yelling,
Eric.
Eric? This is supposed to be a conversation.
If you were
great
texting, it would be in all
conversation.
caps
Excuse me.
right now, wouldn't it, Eric? You know
Yeah,
it would.
Yeah.
with five,
Excuse
me while
five
I hurt my
exclamation
nasal.
points. Well, we had talked about doing a podcast for a while, and kept talking about it, and finally, I was a guest on a podcast of a former student of mine. So I had so much fun with it. I basically came back to these two guys, said, we got to get this going now. And a little bit about my background. I've been in radio off and on, right now on for almost 30 years, doing different things. And
wow.
so this is kind of my little hobby deal, and I drag these two into it, although I think they're having fun with it as well. We really, yeah. See, I saw that wink.
I blinked twice.
It's the laser eyes talking right now.
Right? It's like from X-Men.
Blink with authority.
We really couldn't decide what we wanted to discuss exactly, except for the fact that we always have these discussions amongst ourselves, and they're a little off kilter and things. And we just decided we're just going to talk like we do with each other, and we're just going to put it out there, and that's kind of what we've done with it. And we don't really. It's just kind of off the cuff. So I thought, hey, play it by ear. We're going to play it by ear tonight. So we play it by ear every night, and that's what we do. So that's kind of where the name came from.
Nice. So you have a background in, well, radio. So did you already have most of the equipment, like the microphone, headsets, and everything?
Actually, ironically enough, I was probably deficient in the equipment department. The other two had basically what they needed.
Oh, wow.
I mean, when you work for radio stations, you have to provide your own equipment, so you just kind of go and use what they have. But so I had to I have a mixer right here, and of course you see the microphone and the arm here and whatever. But yeah, they were in music, so they had microphones and things. So
Brady, you left out that you did music as well.
Oh yeah.
You went the golden retriever route.
Yeah, I went the golden retriever route, and I make freshly knitted retriever sweaters. No, it was no. Todd and I were
Not
sorry,
judging. Not judging at all. It's 2021, you know.
That's
Everyone
right.
has
Cool. I'll take a sweater.
At least I got mine from the Golden Doodle, or instead of from a Golden Doodle, you know, the synthetic dog hairs. But, let's see. Todd and I were in a band together for 15 years, and I just kind of retired about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, from the cover band route. But I still play my acoustic. I play a lot. It's fun. It's just like the old ears ringing was not so fun, and even not. I'm not comparing myself to James Hetfield, but or Brian Johnson from AC/DC, where they stop because the noise was going to make them deaf, and it wasn't that bad. But I have ringing ears, and like I said, it's awesome. It was fun, and I still play a lot for fun. And Todd and them's band is still carrying it on. Great, it is. They're amazing. We'll have to give a plug for them later.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear stuff.
Yeah. So you think you guys mentioned that you guys been friends for so long.
Mm-hmm.
You think that friendship creates a synergy to what makes your show special? Like, you think that chemistry helps out a lot?
I think so. We like to say, we were having conversations about nothing before there was ever Seinfeld. And so, which was pretty much what that show got famous. The whole premise of it was a show about nothing, and so we've kind of always been that way with our conversations. And honestly, Eric mentioned how we've talked about it for several years. We have in that our conversations back and forth, we're like, hey, you know what? Somebody might find this interesting, or somebody might actually find this funny. And if not, who cares? We do. So that's kind of how we've always looked at it. If one person listens and gets something out of it, great. If not, then it's just we're still having our normal conversations. We really don't change much, other than we tone down like I said, we keep it TV-14. But we, other than that, we don't really change the way our podcast format goes, other than from our normal conversation outside of the podcast.
If I could throw this in, there was a really hilarious time after Todd's wife had watched or listened to an episode, and she said something like, did you guys really just spend 30 minutes talking about coleslaw?
Yeah.
And
we get that kind of stuff a lot. Yeah.
It's like in these just normal conversations that we kind of have a slightly warped take on, sense of humor. It adds to it in all these backstories, and the fact that we all grew up together, it just kind of adds to it adds to the, like, I think you chose the word synergy, and that's an awesome way to put it. We don't prepare a lot for these podcasts, and one of the reasons is we kind of know what each other's thinking and what we think is funny. So they're the best sounding boards.
Can I add something to this? Do you mind if I share my screen?
Sure,
Depends.
go on. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's going to share his screen.
I'm going to share my screen.
Viewer
now.
discretion is advised.
Yeah.
We don't know what it's gonna be.
You're a child watching.
And I got, there it is. Okay,
Oh my
I was wondering.
gosh, is that a yak?
Yeah. No, when you have to have a section of your website called isms, because we're almost like triplets. We have our own language, I think. There are words we use here
Oh, wow.
that
That is great. I've never seen that before. That's awesome.
so these words come up and people. I don't know if anyone ever said it to the two of them, and no one really said it to me. But I was thinking one time, we say these words, and people are probably thinking, "What in the world are you talking about?" So we have an urban dictionary of play it by ear isms that if you hear these words in our show, that's what we're talking about. So
And you made your little definition.
yeah.
That's amazing.
and used it in a sentence. It's
Oh,
yes,
my
the
gosh.
education is-
Yes, you did.
You better read one.
So
That is crazy.
I'll read one. This is one of our more famous ones. So the word is fist, and simply that is our pronunciation of fish. Also, feast and fish. And the sentence is, sometimes Eric enjoys a fresh fried fist sandwich.
Sandwich. Nice.
Sandwich.
And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't mean being punched in the face. It means
It's very immature, and a lot of it just
Oh,
spun from us mispronouncing words on purpose. But it also works out really well, because then when we mispronounce them not on purpose, we can just act, that's
we
just
That's
meant to
the
do that.
Gotta make sure you add that to the website later. The ism.
No, that's awesome, because the reason why I asked you that question is because a lot of times when there's a lot of shows that are, ran by friends, a lot of times they have kind of inside jokes that a lot of listeners probably not be able to relate to. With the whole synergy, can be a double-edged sword. But the fact that you guys, I've never seen that before. I think that's amazing.
hey, we're
Well,
unique.
It also it's just, and again, I've known these guys. I was in 7th grade when Eric was my coach. So I mean, I don't even want to do the math there, but 30 years.
Well,
Wow.
30,
I-
over 30 years.
I was actually just out of high
20.
school there.
Yeah,
so
he was just out of high
I
school.
wasn't
so-
even. I was 17. I graduated high school when I was 17. So
And for as long as
18.
I've known them, there's just kind of been that. I mean, just simple things like, instead of saying Batman, it's always been Batman. It's always just been like, or Superman. It just kind of stuck. I mean,
I wasn't expecting that.
instead of raccoon, it's raccoon. I mean, it's just the way, a lot of it's the way it's enunciated. And so if you look that list over, you'll be like, well, these are just regular words, but we just, and some of them we steal. I mean, we say
Yeah.
Utes instead of youths from My Cousin Vinny, the movie My Cousin Vinny. We've always said Utes. So,
and when
so-
someone says Ute, someone else has to say, "Did you say Ute?"
yeah.
Oh, pardon me. I said you the.
All right, well,
Yes.
I want to throw a follow-up question with that one, because I kind of had something written down with that. We all know podcasting is booming at the moment, and besides the isms that you guys just kind of put up in the air right now, what qualities about your show do you think stands out that you're probably most proud of?
Well,
Organic.
So good.
Organic.
Right?
We use the word organic a lot. And it's probably I mean, Brady mentioned earlier we don't prepare a lot. I feel like a lot of podcasts, and maybe we should, but I feel like a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of effort put into it as far as throughout the week and studying and preparation, and which is great. It works for 99.9% of them, but with us, it's almost better that we don't. I mean, we will typically throw text back and forth and say, hey, does this sound like a good topic? And then usually it's yes or no, and there's nothing else said about it. It's not like, well, what if we say this? Or then when I say this, you say, it's not rehearsed in the slightest. And I think that really, again, comes off as organic, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. It's not over rehearsed. And as a musician, everything has to be so rehearsed. It's nice to not have to over rehearse this. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we need to spend more time rehearsing. But
I agree. I mean, analysis paralysis is a scary thing, especially you're doing content like that.
Well, we more times than I care to mention. I mean, we have 65 episodes right now, and I would say, and I'm just going to throw a percentage of them out there. And we've been online now doing this thing since COVID and whatnot. And really, it seems easier for us on school nights. You just kind of get on StreamYard and go, rather than going to someone's house and doing all that. But probably, I think we've been on air or online since episode 30. So 35 episodes, I would say 90% or more of them, it's been within 5 minutes of going on. We all get into StreamYard. Hey, what are you going to do? Hey, what are you going to do? Hey, what are you going to do? And then it's boom, go.
It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes. It's like, and there have been times where our little intro music has started, and one of us really doesn't
French
have a topic.
literature. We're gonna do French literature, darn it.
Yeah.
Hey, improv is an art.
Yeah,
it's an art form.
And you know what? You learn real quick. I mean, once the light's on and you're live, you have to do something. You can't just sit there and stare at the screen. So we just start talking. But I was also going to say, Eric is a very big game show fan. We all like game shows, but Eric is definitely the super game show fan. So he incorporated where, I mean, most every episode we play a game, and I think that's another thing that kind of sets us apart. And I know our Facebook viewers and stuff, when they're playing along live, they really like it. So basically, we take turns doing our topic, and Eric typically is the anchor. He goes third and does some sort of game to where Brady and I compete against each other, and Eric is the host.
MC.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
And you just do this you play it by ear.
Yes,
With the game.
you did it.
Yes.
I am so proud, Bree. That's a cheap pop right there.
Well played.
I don't know how else to
played.
put it.
Thank you.
Well played. I'm so proud.
That does come up a lot, actually. Yeah, I mean, Eric has several games that we rotate them. I mean, like, we have some that have shown to be more, I guess, fan favorites or whatever, so we kind of go back to them a little more often. But he's always looking for new games, and he modifies the games, and some of them are actual games that were game shows on TV, and some of them are specially formatted for podcasts. So, Eric can obviously say more about those, but he's an excellent game show host, and he doesn't mind being the host, so Brady and I can make fools out of ourselves. And
I'd rather be the MC than play. I'm no good at playing.
You know your roles. That's
He's the
important.
DJ.
Yeah.
We're the rappers.
yes.
Man, say something.
And I do want to add as well. Like I said, we've been online basically since episode 30. I want to throw out a shout to as Brady coined them, our earbuds. I believe they've taken our earbuds as our audience. By the way, that's another ism. I just kind of threw it out there, thinking you all would know what I was talking about. But
Earbuds.
Earbuds?
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's our fans.
Yeah.
Our fans are played by ear fans.
Like John was the dummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just like to insult our audiences all the time.
I think they've taken us to a new level. And when we talk about the games, we kind of throw it out there to them sometimes. Like, some games will have Brady give an answer and Todd give an answer, and the audience decides whose answer is the best, and that's who gets the point. So we've incorporated getting them involved, as well as just us saying all these inane things that we say for about 2 hours every Wednesday night.
Yeah, I was listening to some of your old episodes, watching them on YouTube, and you have a lot of fan engagement. That's fantastic. How long have you guys been around? Since COVID started, is what you said, right?
Yeah, we had our first. I think we had recorded 2 or 3 episodes, maybe 4, when everything hit the fan, and Eric, God bless him, scrambled to find the software that you didn't have to take out a second mortgage for, and all that kind of stuff, and so by accident we kind of pandemic proofed ourselves, and I'm sure we got to keep on going. And true story, like we were doing 2 episodes a week there for a while because we were really bored. We thought, hey, let's make everybody else, give them something, at least entertain our, 6 or 7 friends, and they could listen a couple times a week. And then, then reality hit, and doing this once a week is enough. Good gosh, guys, was getting rough there when we were doing 2 a week.
Well, we were doing 2 a week in person too, so we don't live that far apart, but it made it a little tough. So we always were like struggling. Do we go ahead and record 2 at once? But then one thing that really surprised us, and my wife can vouch for this, I would come home and I would be like, you don't realize how tired doing a podcast makes you.
It's exhausting. Yeah.
And, I mean, it was a whole new way of thinking. Eric was probably a little more used to it because of being live on the radio and doing sports commentating and things like that. But for me and Brady, we've been on stage for many, many years, but it's different. And so I would come home from being at Eric's and I would be exhausted mentally, physically. So doing 2 of them sometimes was a lot. And definitely doing it this way via, streaming has been helpful in that aspect. But you asked about the audience. I don't know when that really started because we toyed around with it. I think we did a couple episodes where like we let the audience call in or like and
leave messages was like the most
leave messages.
primitive.
We some things like that, and then we just kind of decided, hey, let's do all of our episodes on Facebook Live, and it's not like we have thousands of people, but you get 30, 40 people in there and interact with them, and it gets to be a lot of fun. But the challenge has been making it fun also for people who aren't in the room. We use a lot of visuals and things like that, so we're careful to try to make sure we're describing exactly what we're seeing and making sure that people like my dad, who's a big supporter, but he doesn't get on Facebook, so he's always like, well, who said this? Or I noticed you guys answered somebody and they said that, and so he sometimes, he's in his 70s, but he sometimes gets a little lost on the visual part of it. So we're careful to try to make sure people can follow along even if they're not on the Facebook Live.
Yeah, like Mr. Rogers, he did, like, just to make sure everyone knew that he was feeding the fish. He would say, "I'm feeding the fish now."
Yeah.
From the little girl that wrote in. So
You guys are sounding more and more of educators. Just hearing you guys saying like everyone has to be engaged. I'm like, this feels like I'm in classroom again. It's when I wasn't making trouble, like in class. Getting
You forgot to raise your hand.
right?
May I
God,
please?
one job. No, you can't go to the bathroom. You guys have a lot of fun topics that you've covered, and we said visuals, and I remember watching one episode that you guys did with like the most dangerous creatures. Was that it? And you had these like a slideshow, and you're like bringing up all these animals, and wow, what's your favorite topic that you've covered so far? Do you guys each have a favorite?
Okay.
You go. I talked about that last question. Go ahead, Brady.
Yeah. Favorite for us to listen to as a completed product, or just the favorite? Do we just have one that we really like the most? Like, I don't.
That you had the most fun recording and learning about, I suppose.
But Brady, before you go on, we used to have competitions amongst ourselves, and sometimes we still do, to see who can break the other two.
Yeah.
Did I break Brady? That's question.
And there have been several times during the course of those 65 episodes that one of us has been broken to the point that we can't speak, and we're laughing and crying and whatnot.
And we're always wondering, like, do people like not like that? Like, if we're cracking up laughing, not so much at ourselves. I mean, I guess it is kind of, but some of it's just the material. But sometimes we get to where we can't talk because we're laughing so hard. And it happened more, I think, when we were in the same room.
Yeah.
But yeah, there have been several of those, and one that comes to mind is one of my topics one night. I just read reviews for fat-free, sugar-free jelly beans.
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, so it wasn't like I was making anything. I was just reading it, and I mean, and even to listen to it to this day, I mean, listening to these two, laughing, and all I was doing was reading the reviews. Which, by the way, if you've never done that, you should Google that and also
That-
never eat sugar-free gummy bears. By the way, you will.
Yeah.
Not a whole bunch of them.
Just give me the sugar.
Not at once.
There's no greater joy in my life than when I can get Todd to bring out the 1890s prospector laugh because
Yeah.
so,
We
He'll
have
start
those
going,
laughs. Yeah. We all have that. We have people have commented before about all of our laughs. I can't remember Brady's, but Eric does the whole like you don't hear any sound but just wheezing. It's just, I mean, it's like he's hooked up to an iron lung. I mean, it's kind of like when a baby is crying and you gotta like are they breathing, and then like you realize all that they're, or you blow in their face or whatever to make them to show that they're breathing. Eric's the same way. It's like it's
We've
just
never breathed in
silence
his
and
face,
then
though.
unless you buy me dinner first.
Oh my god.
But as far as one thing we talked about, we have favorite topics more so than like I can remember one favorite. I am typically the food guy. Food and wildlife. I typically go that route.
Sounds like a
So
theme
did you
park.
pick the two topics that I was talking about earlier, the animals and the crazy
Probably
food
so.
combination?
I probably did I know the one because we've done dumbest animals. We've done most vicious, like ferocious. We've done the
Romantic animals
The
on
romantic,
Valentine's
most
Day.
romantic. Because we had Randy
Randy the cane toad.
the cane toad. Yeah, he's the horniest of all the animals out there, and then Brady usually chimes in by doing an accent. He comes up with an accent for the animals or the sound that they probably don't make, but in his head he thinks they make, and so that adds to the
Got like a personal soundboard right here.
exactly.
I'm so
yeah.
excited. I feel like you
'Cause
should
I-
name an animal right now.
Yeah, I want to do an episode where I just say an animal and Brady does
Say an
the sound.
obscure animal,
or
and I have to come up
say an
with some,
obscure
yeah.
animal and he has to do the sound. But he's so serious about it. Like you would, if you didn't know, you would think he actually knows. Like he's educated in that line and knows what he's talking about. But he really is just making them up.
You gotta fake it till you make it, right?
That's right.
What's up, ball?
Man, okay, what does a toad sound like? Like, I just need to hear it.
Well, Randy the cane toad. Let's hear Randy the cane toad, Brady.
Okay, so let me set up Randy the cane toad. Randy because of the
backstory.
double entendre. But it was an invasive species in Australia. But they were talking about like how amorous they were, and it's like, well, if it's the biggest lover animal, it needs to have its own, college says like, this is Randy the cane toad. You feel romantic interest, and then I imagine some other, like Australian marsupial Collins, like, yeah, I'm having some problems with the Sheila, and it just devolves from there. And
So see, it's exactly what a toad sounds like.
because that's exactly yes. All
That was
toads
beautiful.
sound like Crocodile
so
Dundee.
basically, Randy the cane toad is Michael Caine.
And blame it on Rio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's old, Eric. You just dated yourself. I was going to say Batman,
Well, people in the room think I'm the oldest in
Dark
here, so
Dark Knight.
It
to
was
throw that out
John. Blame John.
What I do?
Oh man, have you guys ever just like totally cracked up on air and lost it? Like just like where you couldn't hardly talk because you were laughing so hard.
I feel like I remember something like that happening, and then I had to text the person who I was hosting with to say, like, I need you to cover because I can't breathe because I'm just like over here laughing. And I'm trying to hold my straight face, but it's just I'm like turning red. So embarrassing.
Yeah.
The accidental embarrassment, that's always rough. Where something leaps out of the mouth that really you didn't intend it to sound the way it did.
That's the best one.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're constantly texting each other like, "Do you realize what you just said? Did you mean to say that?"
Yes, I did. But everything.
Oh man.
Todd's usually the risque one, but it seems as though about the last 5 episodes I've taken that over
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, so like, because my dad, well, our first several episodes, we actually kind of changed a little bit. The first handful of episodes are very nostalgic, and like, they pretty much were all about our hometown because we all grew up in the same. We actually
The
all went to the same
origin
high
story.
school. Yeah, the origins. We did a topic about our county fair, and because we have a big county fair where we live, and our Founders Day fest. It was a lot of just to where like
Wow.
our friends and family and people that grew up around us really, they kind of really, I think, bought into those episodes. But we realized after a while, it's like we have to have something for people that don't know us, also, that did not grow up around us. But so my dad was featured a lot in the first several episodes because I love telling stories about my dad, and my dad's one of those people that growing up where everybody thought he was hilarious but me.
Oh, no.
So, because when you were on the other end of, my dad's a great guy, but I got griped at a good bit. I think he would admit to that. And but anyway, my mom one time, I stop over and my dad, he never misses an episode. My mom, I think, listens occasionally, but she said, "Todd, I noticed you cuss more than the rest of them. Why do you cuss so much on there?" And
Oh no!
But
You got
which was-
called out by your mama.
yeah, 40 at the time, 43 years old or whatever. I'm like getting caught up with my mom, but the sad thing is we really do keep it TV 14, and I feel like saying, wow, if she would be so disappointed in me if she were to hear me not on this podcast, I would really get scolded because I thought I was being really well behaved.
Oh no! Your poor mama.
Yeah,
Yeah, our families listened. They listened, and we've shared some embarrassing stories about ourselves, especially like when we
wow.
were little, and my mom would be like, "I never knew that happened to you," and
Oh no!
yeah,
Secrets come out.
yeah,
that happens. I've come home before when we used to record at Eric's house. I would come home and my wife, this was before they could listen because we didn't do it live. So, when she started
Send a file.
when they would start, we started releasing them. I would come home from somewhere, and she would be like, "I can't believe that you talked about that on on the podcast."
Oh no!
Yeah, it's not about her. It would be more about like just embarrassing stomach issues, things like that. And
Intestinal distress is the
Intestinal
word.
Intestinal
Yeah.
distress. Yeah.
Yes, that's
That's in the
worst.
isms.
Brady's had
Ugh.
several of those as well. So it's
Isms or stomach
the
distress?
intestinal. He actually is the one who I think Eric coined the intestinal distress based on Brady's stories because a lot of them just involved Brady having stomach issues and.
What are you eating, Brady? What? You
Oh,
should
no.
stop.
It was pre-gallbladder,
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Too busy,
No.
too busy, being a horny toad over here.
Brady,
So,
Brady has a very sensitive. Brady has a very sensitive. What do you call it, Eric? Just
Well, the game with the
There's a
food
smell.
topics is how far do we go into the food topic until Brady turns his nose up,
yes.
and it's generally not very far.
aw. Poor Brady.
So if there's a continuum of people in their food choices, I would be in the middle. Todd pretty much, I believe, will eat anything. Brady will eat barely anything.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brady.
All right, now
I'm
in my
with Todd.
So okay, I feel like we're bonding over this, Bree. So do you like ketchup?
No, I don't like the
I don't
smell
either.
of it. I like. Look at that. Do you like
Did
mustard?
you just say you didn't like the smell of it? Because Brady has a very sensitive snoot as well. So that's
Oh, our snoozer.
yeah. Guys are
Yeah.
blind.
I do like yellow mustard. I like everything on pizza and mashed potatoes. Like that's so good.
You lost Brady. You look at him. He's falling away.
John's like, come on, post it.
Now, John made the face that Brady makes whenever we talk about any white condiment.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
like ranch? You don't like ranch?
He doesn't.
No,
Do you believe that, John?
so gross.
No ranch, no
Yeah,
mayonnaise.
How do you
No
make something
ranch,
out of
but
the-
blue cheese, yes.
Okay.
like blue cheese
certainly
crumbles.
not tartar sauce.
Tartar.
Tartar.
What?
You like Miracle
Yeah.
Whip, Brady? You don't like
Oh,
Miracle
God,
Whip
no,
either, do you?
it's- no,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, I'm with you with Miracle Whip because that's fake mayonnaise right there.
Well, it's definitely different. It's used. I don't like it as a replacement all the time, but I like it for certain things.
Miracle Whip is stuff you put on pie, right?
Ew!
Buddy, yes.
Who has lied to me my whole life?
Whoa!
No wonder you don't like it if you're putting it on pie.
You're supposed to put it on pie.
You don't put no damn
You're
Miracle
thinking-
Whip on
you're
no
thi-
fry.
Oh no, you didn't.
You're
thinking
thinking
of
that in the coolest way, sir.
That's Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. Yes, you're thinking
They're
of
not
Cool
the
Whip.
same.
No, one is just simply cool, and the other one is
Cool
it's a
Whip.
miracle. It's
Yeah,
a
we don't
miracle that
need-
anybody eats it and not throws up.
Miracle Whip is a salad dressing by name, but not like a salad dressing as in like you have a side salad and you put it's like chicken salads and tuna salads and things like that.
Oh.
That's mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's a sweet tart mayonnaise type substance.
Okay, if we continue this talk to use one of our isms, someone is going to vomit.
Brady's going to
My
vomit.
money's
If
on
I've
Brady.
ever had pie with Miracle Whip, I would vomit. Like, for real.
That's what you're supposed to do at Thanksgiving. Get that Miracle Whip out.
I would
Now,
never come over.
Get a spoon.
Yeah. My wife mixes Miracle Whip and cranberry salad
Oh my god.
Oh,
or sauce or whatever. And,
Oh my gosh,
With
I
some
have
Jell-O?
questions for your childhood
Speak-
now, Bree.
well, it's funny, Bree, you mentioned that.
Jell-O.
Because one of our food topics we get into is how it is nasty that people that do the Jell-O with things in it.
oh,
Like,
Yeah.
there was a dessert always made at my family reunions where it was Jell-O with mandarin, like oranges in it, which is fine, but then it had shredded cheese on top of it.
Oh,
no,
Yeah.
And carrot shavings inside of it.
That's where
Yes.
and carrot shavings inside of it.
a shaven carrot.
Mandarin is okay. That's passable, but
The cheese on it, yeah. And I love cheese. Don't get me wrong.
me
Put some
too.
Miracle Whip on that, and you can just
Yeah,
slurp it down.
You got issues.
Apparently, no one tells me anything.
It's funny you mentioned pie because pie brought on another one of our biggest probably debates one time and that is if you are pro meringue or anti meringue, and I am anti meringue on pie.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
you take that white stuff off, and you just eat that lemon.
That's right.
And Todd, what do you call it?
I call it pie skin and snake
Ugh.
spit. It reminds me of snake spit.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah,
Now,
so you gotta
mind
skin.
you, we are
You
an
gotta skin
expert
it.
on the visuals of snake spit.
You gotta skin it before you eat it.
I don't know, Bree. I think you get no opinion when it comes to pie and meringue because you like Miracle
Just throw
Whip.
some mustard on it. Throw some Miracle Whip. So,
I am never co-hosting ever again. Just let
I'm
you know.
gonna
Just
Google
hey, you
it.
should-
If you guys wrong.
You,
So
you should
I-
get people to try it.
I think I know how this went
On
down.
air.
I think when Bree was young, two of her friends said, "Hey, let's tell her to put this on that pie and watch her eat it and just laugh our asses off."
And,
Tell her
and
it's Cool
she
Whip.
liked it.
Yeah,
And she
tell her it's
just
Cool
kept
It
doing
did not
it.
work out as they planned.
Weirdo.
And I can
Right?
just hear the conversation going on. It's like, now the Cool Whip's okay, but you want to make pie that takes Miracle Whip. It
Yeah.
turns
Miracle Whip's what you want.
turns food into pie. It's a Miracle Whip.
Peanut butter
Yeah.
pie and Miracle Whip.
That's what you're supposed to do. You guys are just joking with me.
No, we're not. At all.
Oh man.
Oh my god. That's
But yeah,
man. I
and
can like
guys,
her a
what you're
lot.
just hearing, like, meanwhile, 45 minutes later, there we are.
You're still talking about Miracle Whip and pie. That's how it happens.
You
Yeah,
know, when I was younger, those little red bugs that are like micro bugs and they walk around you. Someone
Yeah,
told
yeah,
me
yeah.
when I was younger that it would just go inside your skin and eat your blood. And so I was terrified of them until I went to my friend's house like a year and a half ago. And she's like, "Bree, who told you that?" I googled it because I was going to prove her wrong. But they do not, in fact, go in your skin. and drink
Actually,
your
I was
blood.
today years old when I learned that because I thought they did.
Really? Yeah. I'm lied to my whole life. We don't touch those bugs.
I mean, I didn't think they
Drink your
actually
blood.
like infested inside of your body, but I thought they would. They suck. I thought they bit you and sucked blood. I thought they were.
You're
Yeah.
parasitic.
Yeah, they're not.
They
My
don't-
friend told me I was crazy, and I was like, "Let me show you."
You
I'm
are.
gonna Google it. Yeah.
You are.
Miracle Whip
Yeah.
and flesh.
So you're
and
just
bug.
you're just like sitting there with putting those bugs all over you and nothing happened.
I'm like scooting them away because I'm like, I don't want them to drink my blood. She's like, "Bree, what are you doing?"
This is amazing.
Boy.
It's gonna drink my blood. Oh my gosh, I'll never forget that. I was
Oh man.
highly embarrassed. People lied to me a lot as a kid. So
I can see that.
I'm not gullible though.
You sure?
You're just trusting.
Nah, you're not gullible at all.
You're just trusting. There's nothing wrong with that.
Gosh, I should really be a blonde.
Now, you take a good can of potted meat. That's what you want your Miracle Whip. You want to mix your Miracle Whip with potted meat.
Or put that in some Jello and
Or,
top it
yeah.
with Miracle Whip
Yeah, and cheese.
and a little bit of
It's a good-
mustard.
It's a good dish for the family union right there.
Just like a
Throw some tater tots
Don't ever
on
invite
it.
us back.
Can make a nice casserole.
Oh gosh, don't get me started on casseroles. But
You know, do you feel like there's casserole people and then there's like, you know, solid item things like protein, carb, and vegetable? Or do you think that's okay to be like both? Are you guys more one than the other?
What do you mean,
I'm
like?
kinda-
Go ahead, Brady.
I'm definitely other. I do not care for a lot of casseroles because I think they ruin perfectly good things by mashing incongruent things into a dish, and
There's some whip on it.
yeah, yeah. But
It has
yeah,
to be.
It's okay.
It has to be foods that I would normally eat together anyway. You know what I mean? Like nothing wrong with sweet potato casserole because I like everything in sweet potato casserole, or green bean casserole because I like everything in green bean casserole.
That's good.
We're getting dangerously close to the salad conversation.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Eric,
so I have rules about salad.
Let's hear this.
Okay, salad can include fruit or it can include lettuce, but not both. You can have a fruit salad, you can have a salad with lettuce, but there shall not be any mixing of the two.
They shan't pass.
They
What
shall
about
pass.
Dried fruit.
Shan't.
Dried fruit, right?
No,
Like
yeah,
cranberries.
No.
Cranberries are
no,
good in a salad, Eric.
No.
Yeah, and almonds. There's even a
Yeah.
salad named after it.
Almonds are not a fruit, though.
Yeah, but they go good with cranberries.
They-
Yes, it's a perfect mixture.
John, by your face, are you? Do you buy that what he's saying, or do you?
I don't like cranberries, so
But
I
do
don't
you like?
salad.
yeah.
Oh, you like salad at all?
I don't like salad. You know, I just by law I have to eat rice all the time. So,
Is that your salad?
yes. Usually like fried with clarified butter mixed with.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
That's the funniest damn thing I've heard all week, right there.
Oh my gosh.
Rice salad?
By law, he has to eat rice.
No, they make
AKA
rice
fried
pudding.
rice.
I love
Yes.
fried rice.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I made it too much one time, so I don't. I can't
There's
eat
no
it.
such thing as too much at one time. Like that's
Well, when
Now-
I'll make it, I'll make it. So I expect everyone to eat
Are you
as
talking
much.
about fried rice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
talking about salad. I don't want to.
I was gonna say I don't like white rice, but I like any kind of like
I like
Spanish
white
rice, fried rice, brown, any other kind of rice.
Oh man, white rice is where it's at. It's so
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't finish the salad discussion.
Oh, sorry.
Potato salad,
Almost made it. Ugh.
I love
ugh,
that. I
ham
love
salad.
Love ham
No,
salad.
there is no salad other than fruit or lettuce.
Egg
Anything
salad.
else cannot. No.
Egg salad's
no.
good too.
Macaroni salad.
Egg
Oh,
salad's
yeah.
good.
Yep.
Mac salad is good.
See, Eric, I think you just have a problem with the
Tuna
term
salad.
salad. You don't think they should be called salads. You don't have a problem with the food so much, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's probably what it comes down to.
You don't think it should be
Preference, all
called
good.
macaroni salad because it's not a salad. It's just a dish.
A mix.
Cold
Macaroni
macaroni.
mix.
Yeah, with mayo. Miracle Whip.
What?
I would even be okay with it being called casserole.
But it's not
But-
hot.
It's not.
It's not.
I don't know.
Cold
There's
casserole.
standards
not a
for
salad.
casseroles.
I stand.
How do you guys feel about cheese
Yes.
on burgers? Don't say anything,
Oh
John.
my god.
Cheese on burgers.
I'm
Oh,
out.
Yeah.
John does
is
not like
looking-
cheese on burgers.
No, Bree does not like cheese on burgers.
It just
Really?
doesn't
Oh.
make sense because it melts on it and then it's not a separate layer and it ruins
Bree,
a burger.
I
Bree,
get
are
it
you
what
sure
you're
Bree
saying.
is not short for Brady?
Thank you.
You guys are a lot
If-
alike, yes.
Yes, I feel your wavelength on this one. Okay, now I
Thank
do like
you.
cheeseburgers, but I totally get the concept of two things that should be going together because one ruins the true essence of the other.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. There we go. In your face, John. New favorite co-host.
Have you, ever
Bree-
had a, have you ever had a Juicy Lucy? That's like God's gift to man.
A juicy Lucy.
Okay.
That sounds kind of vulgar. What is
No,
that?
okay, so it's a burger, right? So you take a patty and then you put cheese in the middle
Is
of that.
it
and then-
hand patted?
Yes,
Has to be.
has to be. It's a juicy Lucy.
Gross.
Nothing dirty, I promise. It's delicious.
Nah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
Google that.
You should Google it.
No.
Yeah.
I have children.
You had better turn on the adult filter
Yeah.
if you
Well,
Google
incognito
Juicy
mode.
Lucy.
Yeah. What? So is this a something you make or something you buy at a restaurant at somewhere where you live?
Well, it's originated in Minnesota, but you know I can't go to Minnesota, so I just make it myself, and it's good.
Nice.
Oh man.
So did you? What is it again? It's a
Well, it's just
a
pretty
burger
much
patty?
yeah, it's a burger, and then you instead of like putting the cheese on top, you get like a block of cheese, you stuff it in the middle of the patty, and you get another like patty, and you stuff it together. And when you cook it, the cheese is cooked inside with the burger.
That sounds
like a
outstanding.
burger cavity.
When you bite
Sounds
it,
like you like
it just juices out cheese.
That sounds good.
burn your mouth with that. I got burned by microwave pizza before when I was a teenager. And
Yeah. Pizza rolls definitely they'll burn you.
yeah, pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza is
You
dangerous.
Does
just
that pizza
ask
have
for
Miracle
trouble,
Whip on
John.
it?
But
Yeah, cool it off.
I gotta make a loosey goosey sometimes. Doesn't matter what kind of cheese you use.
Lucy Goosey.
What's it called?
What is it?
A juicy Lucy.
A juicy
Well, you
goosey.
can put that in the isms. Juicy Lucy's now is mistaken to a Lucy.
I just hear the
Lucy.
fluttering of wings and an angry goose like.
I think Lucy Goosey might be not, you know,
That's not appropriate, Todd.
not safe for work to like Google search.
See, I meant to do that. That was an ism. Not
That's an ism, yeah. That's something
You don't want to
have.
get loosey goosey with Juicy Lucy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's no goosey Lucy with
I
that.
think that's illegal.
I'm sure
But,
you prefer a Juicy Lucy to a Lucy Goosey.
But either way, what kind of cheese?
I use
Todd just blew right past that. He just ignored it and
Well,
went
'cause I got this
like
on
the
my
true
mind now, man.
professional he
Who
is.
wants the cheese, man?
I use pimento or Munster.
Oh.
Pimento.
Isn't that
That's in like
pronounced
spread.
Munster?
No, there's a block of pimento.
I've never seen that. I have to see.
Yeah,
if
or
I can find that.
Jarlsberg. I love Jarlsberg.
I
cheese.
like Jarlsberg. Yes.
You
Oh.
lost me on the
Yeah.
pimento.
Pimento.
Br-
That's like stuff jalapenos with that. So good.
I
It
like
gives me
pimento
elementary
cheese.
lunch nightmares, pimento cheese.
Layer up some Miracle Whip up.
I like pimento cheese spread on crackers, but not on a sandwich, which is another ism, by the way. Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Not ours, but
Yeah, it's not ours. Yeah, but I don't like pimento cheese spread on bread. But I bet I would like it in a block, like you're talking about,
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah,
on a
it's a-
salad.
on a salad.
there was a food truck a few days ago close to, and that basically their whole food truck was pimento cheese based items.
Ooh.
Really?
I
Are
passed.
food trucks big where you
but-
guys are?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really blown up. I kind of wish
Love
I'd have gotten
food
in on the ground floor of that.
Right? But I don't cook. And I'll just put Miracle Whip on stuff.
There you go. Yeah. It's,
Breeze Miracle Whip.
I eat so damn much. It's not even funny. Like every day is like my last meal. It's ridiculous.
That'll catch up with you when you get older, let me tell you.
That's okay, and that's how I want to go down. You know,
Like an ant.
Triple size that.
Everything.
when I die, I'm just like I'm on my deathbed or like passing out. Just be like, do you have
Give
any
me a
regrets?
cheeseburger.
No. I've eaten everything.
one more
Oh,
Juicy
man.
Lucy, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want
With a
Uncle
loosey goosey
Virgil.
on the
I,
side.
no, I don't want a loosey goosey on the side.
I want
me a
Uncle
mojito.
Virgil himself to walk out of the kitchen at Cracker Barrel and deliver his French toast to me. Like Uncle Virgil himself is gonna walk out and then just drop them on my table.
Extra syrup
Yes.
and some
Oh,
blueberries.
But only a Cracker Barrel where you can get alcohol.
Yeah, that was a topic a while
Yeah,
back. Did you guys
was
know
the
that there's
topic.
some Cracker Barrels that
What?
are serving alcohol?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't before.
No. Well, you might have just brought your own in. I don't know.
Brought your own, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Well, Breeze from South Carolina, they may do that down there. He was in Alabama.
They do a lot of crazy stuff down here. That's for sure. They got mullets and
Oh, we got them here too.
Oh, we got mullets here, let me tell you.
little kids walking around the stores. Little mullets.
I don't think mullets ever left here in some people, by the way.
What year is it?
Yeah.
Hey,
Nothing sadder than a 50-year-old, 55-year-old sporting a skillet.
You know what they say: business in the front, party in the back.
That's right.
Living the life there, it's don't give it up. Get that bullet.
man.
Eat some of your chicken salad.
I like chicken salad. Cranberries.
Sorry, Eric. Was that extra cranberry sauce?
Well, I don't like cranberry
I want
sauce.
some grapes. I want some grapes on it. And just to make Eric mad, here's some pineapple.
Ooh.
Oh, that's another.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
Do you hate pineapple? Do you like pineapple on pizza?
No,
I do.
No.
I can't do it, John.
Warm fruit? No. Warm fruit doesn't make sense.
I love it. I'm
Oh, this is
sorry.
pie.
Yeah, me too.
Do you now, John? Do you eat ham on it as well? Because I can see if it has ham on it, because ham and pineapple go well together.
Yeah, I have to get something salty. It's either like ham or pepperoni, and then like banana pepper, so you get like spicy,
Ooh, banana pepper.
salty,
and
and
savory,
sweet,
sweet
yeah.
savory.
And then you
I
just
get it.
ruin it with pineapple.
or jalapeno. Yeah.
Todd eats
Like-
pineapple on his college cheese.
No, I don't. No, I eat coleslaw with my
Yeah.
cottage. With my cottage.
Oh, I
Oh,
forgot.
do you get it in a cantaloupe? The cottage
mix 'em.
cheese in a cantaloupe?
I don't like melon. Any kind. I like watermelon.
I just have about it.
I like watermelon, but I'm other than that, and I don't like cantaloupe. I don't like mushmelon or whatever it's called.
I wouldn't like that either.
Hold on, I want to know what the hell is a mushmallow?
Is there such thing as mushmelon, or did I just make that up?
I think that's an ism.
Is there such thing as mushmelon?
Can you
There
describe
is-
what a mushmelon is? Like,
That's where the mushmouth came from. Somebody trying to talk while eating melon.
Ugh.
There was a big debate amongst us whether it is mushmelon or musk melon.
I'm googling it.
Oh, but that smells good.
does that even exist? Both of them?
I hope so.
It does in Ohio.
But
It's
and they
legal
both-
in Ohio.
Right.
it
That
just
sounds
tastes
like
like
a-
your mouth in the morning. That's the best
That
way
sounds
I
like
can
a
describe
black
it.
market fruit.
Right? Where do you go shopping for fruit? Because I won't go there. It's probably one
Hang
of
on a
those
minute.
farmer markets.
I have the word here. It's shocker. I was just saying it wrong for my whole life. It's muskmelon.
Musk melon?
Yes, musk. Like
Like the
Oh,
smell.
like that.
Like a
Like
musk.
deer piss.
yes.
Oh.
MUSK. Muskmelon.
And it's a real fruit?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this says what's the difference between a cantaloupe and a muskmelon? Muskmelons are a type of melon, but that's all
Wow.
it says.
It's a type of melon.
Yeah,
It's in a type of musk as well.
but the term cantaloupe refers to two varieties of muskmelon. So that's all I'm going to read. But apparently, I've been saying mushmelon my whole life. So
Well,
which
that's
made
not the
more sense.
consistency of it.
There are people that use mushmelon around here, though.
You're just
My
adding
dad calls it a
into-
mushmelon.
See,
I
I
don't
bet your
know.
dad does too,
I'm
Todd.
sure he does. Of course, my dad also says Washington.
Where'd you go? Worse some clers, too?
Washington. Yeah, exactly.
Worcestershire, sure.
I never minded my
Sure.
I never minded my dad saying Washington until we were in DC, and he's still saying it while we're in DC.
Oh no. Better get some looks when you guys are eating those mushmelons.
It's Washington, Dad. Yeah. We'll wash our hands after eating the mushmelon, Dad.
You guys come to Ohio, come and visit, and we will make sure that you get some musk and mushmelon.
It's a muskmelon on a stick.
Yeah.
It can be.
And we can go snipe hunting, and what else do we do in Ohio? Eat
Go
skyline
spear
chili.
fishing?
Eat Cincinnati style chili.
You
guys ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah, Skyline, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Well, you would know, John. You lived up here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
I
don't
missed
have
that part, John. You lived here for a while?
I mean, Dayton for like a year.
Yeah.
Dayton.
And John,
Look at
I
you
missed where you're at,
dating
John.
yourself.
I'm in Dallas.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
Sweet.
The DFW.
Yeah, Cowboy sucks.
What?
New
No.
Day.
I'm not from here originally. I'm a transplant, so I can say that.
You could say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw, my husband was born in Texas, so we're Dallas fans.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Were you born in South Carolina, Bree? Are you from there?
No, I was born in California and I grew up in Japan and like,
Yeah,
Oh.
California.
moved around a lot.
Very cool.
Where in California?
I was born in Beale Air Force Base in Sacramento.
Oh, where like nothing exists.
It was just a base. There's
Sacramento
nothing there.
Kings.
One
like-
hospital.
Yeah, it's like dirt and airways.
And redwoods.
That's what it is.
There were nice trees.
Really tall
Whatever,
trees.
John.
Yeah, that burns like every October. So
Just like Texas.
Yeah.
Hey, you
can
gotta be
talk crap
mountains.
about, you can talk crap about Texas all you want. I don't care about it.
Are you from Texas, John? I might have missed that. Did you say that you were from there, or you just live
No,
in
I'm
there?
not. I'm not originally from here. I'm originally from San Diego, California.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No better weather in this world than San Diego.
That's a fact.
You got nice things to say about San Diego, but not Sacramento.
I've never been to Sacramento, so I can't say.
Yeah, what's nice to say about Sacramento?
The fact that you haven't been.
It's the capital. It's the
Are you
capital.
sure?
darn it.
It's the capital.
I don't know. No. I'm sorry, John. That was me.
No easier job in this world than to be a weatherman in San Diego.
Yeah, it's just like
Today's
67
a
all year.
Nice day today. It's no rain.
Oh. I like
Beautiful
South
oceans.
Carolina too.
I do too. Yeah. I like South
Charleston
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah, the walking city. I've
Yeah.
been there a couple times. They have little open markets and stuff. It's cute. It's
Yeah.
so expensive.
The walking city. Yeah, she's
Walk-
cracking up.
We are all from a
The walking
town
city.
that has no
Walking.
stoplight.
Nice.
How many people live in the village of Sardinia, guys?
Probably about
800 or
800.
900.
8 or 900. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just
Wow.
Oh,
no
it's insane.
stoplight. Well, I guess technically there's a stoplight now out
Yeah.
on the
Now.
highway, but in the middle of town,
Not in,
In
the
town,
middle
there
of
was
town
just
proper.
yeah, a 4-way stop.
The best way to describe where we live, we if you find Cincinnati, then you go to the suburbs. We are kind of the area right past the suburbs, but not completely in.
The sticks.
Yes, if that makes any sense. Did I do that accurately, guys?
I could picture
And
it.
without a language, that was beautiful. I was just
Well done, Brady.
imagining John saying something else. You
You
did
just-
so well. You
You
haven't
need to
touched
stop
at all.
incriminating me. I did not do anything today.
You know,
yet.
you may look like sweet and innocent now, but you've heard.
Okay, John, you lived in Dayton for a while. We're the equivalent of Troy or someplace up in there, but a little smaller than that.
Yeah.
But we are small. I mean, shoot. We get snow days when it snows a couple of inches because it's hilly and dangerous, and there's occasionally wild animals lurking around. Just close enough. It's fun times, but it's
I think
not
that's
isolated.
one thing that a lot of people don't understand are snow days. Like, you actually get out of school when it snows, and it's like, yeah, we do if it snows
Yeah.
enough. Well, it's because a lot of the back roads and things, like, if they'll have the highway clear, but the back roads will be like 7-8 days later and still
St. Bernard
powder
are
with
the only
snow
thing
and
getting
ice.
there.
And,
Even the base closed down on snow days, so that's
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty-
yeah.
Really, like in South Carolina, if it's a threat of like flurries, everything shuts down. But
really?
like up north,
Yeah.
Virginia, New Jersey, like you'd be snowed in. You'd still expect
yeah.
you to walk to school.
Yeah.
We get a week out of school for our county fair.
Yeah.
People don't understand that either.
That's a small town. That sounds like a really small town.
All right, so you talking about county fair? What's like the go-to thing to get to eat in the county fair? Let's open
Oh,
up that
sir.
can of worms.
Speaking of another ism, pork tenderloin. It's actually pork tenderloin, but we've always called them tendergroins, and
Ugh.
it's basically just a pork tenderloin sandwich, mustard on. It's very good.
Bree
It's
would
like a
love it.
breaded.
Yeah,
It's
there
like a
goes
breaded pork tenderloin.
good stuff.
Good stuff. Fair fries are good.
Yeah.
They're like
Funnel cakes.
Extra
Oh,
crispy.
Ooh.
elephant ears.
Well, hold on. Wait,
Is that
wait.
like cheese
What's elephant
steak or
ears?
something?
No, you have to Google that. It's a confectionery. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's a big pastry. It's a big flaky
Oh.
pastry with cinnamon and sugar.
With powdered sugar.
Yeah,
Sold.
that sounds delicious.
I want
It's a-
two.
It resembles an elephant. I mean, it looks like you're holding a giant elephant ear on a paper plate when you're walking around eating it. It's kind of. I assume that's how it got its name.
I came home from college zoology all proud because I could give the scientific name for an elephant ear. It was,
Make it
it was pachyderm external auditory meatus. But so it stuck with me for many years.
I need to make that to a drinking
As
game.
did your virginity, talking like that.
Oh my god. Yes. Thank you so much for.
Isn't it ironic that
Good night.
Your podcast is play by ear and you know a fact about an elephant ear. Like that's
Yes.
just,
We try.
like
Brady-
that one.
Call it the
And
useless knowledge.
What sound does an elephant make, Brady, when you're tugging on its ear? There you go. Okay.
That sounded like a giraffe in distress.
That's what I was thinking. I don't think he was right there, Brady.
Some of our isms have come from Brady and his terms like that. Lupine diversion, rather than going down a rabbit hole, is one he uses quite a bit.
Rabbit hole.
Did you look up elephant ear, John?
Oh, I still need to. Hold on, give me one.
Oh, I thought you were.
I looked up muskmelon.
Look what we've
And
done to them.
And some people eat that with salt.
Oh,
Grotesque.
Gross. Oh wow, that is.
Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good.
The
know, there's
fanciest elephant ear
elephant
had
ear
cherries.
plants too.
Yeah, those are cool.
You just dip that in some.
Some Miracle Whip.
Some Miracle Whip. Did it immediately become
Turn it
a
on.
tree?
But John, you asked about the
Instant treat.
fair. Here's the interesting thing: from as small town as we come from,
In a lonely world.
our fair is the largest. Help me, guys! I always mess this up. It's the largest
It's the
County
Little State
Fair.
Fair.
county fair in the entire state of Ohio.
Oh, okay.
It's called the Little State Fair. It is a big
Ironic,
deal.
right?
It's
Yeah,
a cultural event.
It is. It's a very big deal. It's one of the things that we are not made fun of for where we're from. It's the fair is actually the fair is actually quite an event. And yeah, we used to get out of school for a week.
That's
Um,
crazy.
For the fair.
Now, Todd may not be old enough, but when me and Brady were in elementary school, there was actually a day where they would take us to the fair on school buses, and it was counted as a school day.
What?
They drop us off on the buses, say, go to the fair, and be back at the bus at 3
Oh
o'clock.
my gosh. Very
Meanwhile,
interesting.
3 cotton candies, 2 pork tenderloins, and some chili. Later,
And
we
one-
got back on the
One
bus.
tilt-a-whirl vomiting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm vomiting in the car.
Are those heels you go over?
Yeah, but the one of the reasons why we got out for the fair is also because so many kids will be out of school for
Animal
FFA
sales.
and showing animals and things like that. If they would work at the fair essentially, so
Aww.
it would be, I would assume there would have been an absenteeism would have probably kept us from being able to count it as a school day anyway. So they just went ahead and let us off.
We hit that when I was in middle school. FFA.
I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I was never in that. We used to
Not
have
me.
days around here where they would the start of deer season. School would be out for the day.
Wow,
Deer
that
hunting
is
season.
country.
Yeah.
Well, there just happens to be a lot of deer in this area. People come from out of state to hunt around here because, I mean, I have deer where I live. I have deer like barn cats in my backyard, and they like bed behind my house. So we have tons of deer. So it's
Wow,
quite
this is
the
scary
deeropolis.
driving at night.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
it is. You got to stay alert. That's for sure.
Last year, $6,000 worth of damage to my car. So yeah,
Jeez.
Yeah, that was the one time you actually hit a deer, right, Brady?
Right?
you asked.
That was an inside joke.
secrets. Spilling secrets.
Terrible. Thank you guys so much for taking the time and
Bree was like, and cut.
And cut.
Now you've lived our life where 45 minutes becomes 2 hours later, and yeah.
Bree's like, this is like a car wreck. I just can't turn away from it.
it's like a deer wreck.
It is.
Oh,
Elephant ears flying everywhere.
you got that out of the way?
No.
You got
You
hit
thought
by
it
a
was
That was good. Though. That
miracle
was
whip.
good.
Yeah.
Got hit by the elephant ears at the fire.
All I'm saying is these are my type of people, all right? Like, food for like an hour. These are the type of people I want to hang out with.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
should come out
Eat
and
some
hang out.
pork tenderloins.
Yeah.
Fire up some pork tenderloins and some miracle
It's always
whip and
late
Dip.
September is always the county fair. You guys should come up then.
Yeah, piss off Eric when it comes to salad. Like, come on.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'll just we'll bring salads.
There you go. Everybody bring their own
It's like
salad.
the three
Yeah.
wise men. They all show up at Eric's house with random salad.
Salad.
I feel like
Todd be
salad.
like, hey Todd, you want a loosey goosey?
Boy, do I.
And like just role play with Brady with some animal noises. Like this sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
It's been
Weekend,
better
it's
than
gonna be a
cats.
month.
But thank you guys so for having us, though. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
This was tons of fun.
Yeah, I
Love
learned
it.
a lot about mushmelons.
I
Mushmelons.
learned a
I learned a
lot.
lot about you.
Learned a lot of junk you just didn't really want to know. But
If
Yeah.
there's anything I can teach you, if I can leave you with, is learn to put your cottage cheese and your coleslaw together. They work well together.
Like mixing it?
Yes. Here's what you do. You put your cottage
No.
cheese, plop it on the plate. And then you put your scoop of coleslaw, and the juices of the coleslaw run down through the cottage cheese.
did you say cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese.
College
I'm
cheese
sorry, college
on this
cheese.
show.
On this show, it's college cheese. Yes.
College.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I think
we even put coleslaw on sloppy joes out here. You guys know what a
Yeah.
sloppy joe is? Yeah.
so. Yeah. I like coleslaw. I don't
Brie,
know.
that's
My
a-
family.
For your
like,
Carolina pulled pork, I mean, that
Oh,
coleslaw
yeah,
is a
That's
must.
outstanding.
Yes,
Right?
That is outstanding.
hold the
Brady,
pork and give me the slaw.
Girl, what is your problem?
Who are you,
Slaw.
John?
slaw.
All right, wrap it up. I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
over you already.
John's
Okay.
John's perturbed about this
I
food
am.
stuff.
I am.
It's like, how dare you put mustard on everything? Where can we find you guys on the internet?
The interwebs.
Interwebs.
www.playitbyearpodcast.com is our website.
And on Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah, you
Thanks.
can find all of our other links at our website.
Man, that was so brief and succinct. I like it.
Yeah, just go there. Just go. We made it.
One stop shop.
I see a cat. I see a cat or something. Is that a cat?
That's Newt. The
Newt?
cat. Newt.
Nice.
John, where can people find you on the
Yeah.
online?
Okay. Well, I just want to say, like, first, Bree, like always, it's a pleasure, even though it's kind of weird today, getting the opportunity, to be a guest host for Let's Chat Live. And this is a selfish plug, by the way, to a lot of podcasters out there.
Do it.
If you want to get discovered or get your content seen or heard by a new audience, just like I'm at these fellas today, y'all should reach out to Bree. I mean, the rest of the Let's Chat crew, awesome people and amazing. So just want to say thank you for that. But as far as shameless plug for me, again, I'm John, former host of The Dumbfounded and current host of an upcoming mess of a show called Reddit on Wiki, and it's coming up on August 2nd. If you're interested in listening to my old show, and it's not safe for kids to listen to, please don't make them listen to it. It's at thedumbfoundedpod.com. And if you want to support my new venture, myself along with Josh from Let's Start a Cult and Sean from Shots and Thoughts, we are doing Reddit on Wiki. Follow us on social media, and we're at Reddit on Wiki. That's REDDITONWIKI.
That's like a casserole of a podcast, right there.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
just
we're
like
a mess.
sad salads.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm looking forward to it.
Just some mayo in there. Yes, and you can go to Let's Chat Podcast, datnet. Oh my god, you guys are killing me.
She broke into her Wisconsin accent.
Too many salads. Oh my god, Let's Chat Podcast.net or on Twitter. Let's Chat Live. I swear we have it together. Thank you guys so much for being our guests today. And thank you, John, as always, for being
Thank you, guys.
A mess.
I was going to say the most superb, but I'm like, I don't know. What? All right, guys. Good night.
There's our shameless plug on my shirt.
Sure. A Geek Peak Pod.
Nice. Hey, I'm wearing mine too.
Blank t-shirt.
There you go.
And there's our new
Really
logo.
cool.